All right, sounds good. So let's skip on to topic number 2. I'm very excited about this topic. Let's talk about financial literacy and empowering younger Bronxites. So I think I had mentioned to you, I'm very involved in an organization called South Bronx United. I've been involved since 2016. Are you familiar with South Bronx United?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been involved since 2016. The program is based around like you have to go to tutoring to be on a soccer team, and it's geared towards immigrant children from all over the New York City area, specifically the Bronx, but there are some people that we get from Manhattan. It's a really great organization. I mean, these kids, I'm surprised that kids want to come to tutoring. It's kind of like an interesting thing, but they're all really friendly and everything like that. But one thing that was never taught in middle school, college, or anything like that is financial literacy. I talk to these kids and I try and, I'm an entrepreneur, so when it comes to financial literacy, that's like everything, understanding how taxes work, how, everything works. I mean, just how a credit card works. I didn't know what a credit card and a debit card were until I was like, 21 or something like that, like the difference between the two. Yeah. So this is a very, very important topic for me. What can we do to teach kids about financial literacy in the Bronx?
Yeah,
or kids in general, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's 2 pieces to it. One of them is really giving people and children, kids especially, a real world sense of why money matters. They need to know not just that it's something theoretical, it's not just another math class, but if you want to, live in the area, what do you need to take into account? What are rents like? What is the economy like? What are the big pieces to take away from the news? And then there's also accountability, having people feel like they're actually putting their skin, in the game. And that can be like an investing club for some colleges. That can be a group project where some students have access to like $1,000, $5,000, and they make decisions on how to manage it together, but feeling like they're actually already becoming good financial stewards. Those 2 things are really important.
So I completely agree with you, and I think that understanding investing and everything like that is very important. I really think that there should be, I've been thinking about bringing it up in my tutoring thing, we should teach what a credit card is versus a debit card and how to write a check and what interest is. I didn't even know what a mortgage was until I started getting into real estate. I mean, there's like just a lot of stuff that I feel like are very basic ideas that a lot of kids don't know. And it's important to me because, okay, so I went to Syracuse University. I have a degree in psychology, a bachelor's in psychology. I didn't go to graduate school. I went into real estate or whatever, got my license, and then just started working from there.
Yeah.
I didn't learn any financial information in college, in middle school. I kind of had to learn it on YouTube. That was really like the big source of all my financial information, like what we're going to get into index funds and everything like that. But what capital gains taxes are. I mean, like what the difference is between a long trade and a short trade is, like in regards to taxation and everything like that. And then more or less, like, I know people who got stuck in credit card debt real quick in college because they just didn't understand what a credit card was and how the interest rates build up and everything like that.
Yeah.
Do you think that there should be some kind of course or something along the lines of that, or some type of organization that should be going directly into the schools and teaching kids, especially in any demographic, but specifically the Bronx?
Yeah,
because I think it's really important. So
yeah, there is short answer, and a lot of it already focuses on other areas, but there's such a high need in the Bronx, and just if you're looking on Instagram, we live in an influencer economy now, social age. Anyone technically can get enough followers, get some sponsorships. But one of the highest categories for influencers now is in financial literacy.
Interesting.
Everyone's saying, "I made it. This is my side hustle. Let me show you how to get your side hustle."
Yeah.
It's one of the most common, things.
So I was addicted to TikTok for, a month during the pandemic, and there were so many financial literacy videos. I was like, this is the greatest thing.
Yeah.
You know Gary Vee?
Yeah.
I love Gary Vee. I think he's not trying to sell you anything. I always feel like he's like the one influencer that's not trying to sell you anything. He's always encouraging the kids. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's social media has really given people, you can teach so much through social media. I look at YouTube as kind of social media, and I've learned everything through YouTube. I'm going to have to do my stupid thing one more time. I think we lost. I really do apologize for this. I know what's going on. My phone's on an improper setting, and I just,
Yeah.
In the end, when this is all chopped up and everything, we're live again. In the end, when this is all chopped up, it'll look a little bit better.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, sounds good. So, what type of personal finance goals do you think are key to children these days? And when I say children, I'm talking about up to 18, because they are still kids, as much as you want to say it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, so I tend to think in groups of threes, nice round number to work with. When you're younger and you haven't had that clear idea of what most of your life should look like, really figuring out where your income's coming from or where it can come from, and then figuring out your shelter situation. What are the basics of owning a house or paying enough for rent? Where do you think you can, or what kind of property do you think you can live in? Do you see yourself renting for a while, for 30 years, however? Do you see yourself buying? At what stage? And you don't have to know all of this at 15 or 18, but you should have a general idea of what it takes to get those each of those things. And then also, what's going on outside of you, the economy, the general market. And again, you don't have to be digesting Bloomberg, every month, every day. But just knowing if we're in a recession right now, what that can mean. So those three things, income, housing, and economy should be, digestible. Those should be on the top of anyone's mind.
So I'm glad you brought up renting versus owning, because this seems to be a very big thing when it comes to real estate. I rent. I plan on renting, honestly, if I ever get married, then I'll buy the place that I live. But I love being able to move. It's kind of a nice thing, but then I hear the other side. You're dropping money. You're not putting money into equity. You're wasting your money. I don't really look at it as wasting money, and I'm a realtor. So do you think that there is too much of a push right now to own your own home, especially right now where there's this whole everybody is moving? Because I feel as though there is this incredible push to own your own home, but I really do feel, unless you know where you're going to be living for the next, not even 5 years, 10 years, let's just be real here, 10 years, you should rent. So what do you think?
Yeah. There's a huge bias, toward buying something, and especially buying a home, a big space as much as you need. Part of it's very it's a very American thing.
Yeah.
And even for migrants, people who are coming here, it's a sign of status, But it is overrated. A lot of people don't anticipate the costs of getting something and maintaining something.
Exactly.
Buy it, And I'm looking for property right now. Almost ready. In the next few weeks to close down in the neighborhood. And also going back to your other thread, even for some of us who might be entrepreneurs or investors, there's just so much to know in each process. Buying a home or launching a fund.
Yeah.
You can be a professional finance worker and not know much about real estate.
Absolutely.
There's always learning. That's why it's important to start early. I'm trying to adult here, and
it's so funny. Trying to adult. I love that line.
Gotta start early.
It's funny how you say that. So, all right, I think the live might have gone down again. Forget it. Let's just keep going. We got this thing for this.
Okay.
All right.